can I please have your full name?
Hello, my name is Jiang Kim, and I'm from South Korea.
Okay. Yeah, let's start off the interview. Do you often stay up late?
Well, these days I really stay up late because I'm already finished the exam and I'm just playing mobile phone and lots of doing mobile games and doing stuff. So it makes me feel happy, but I know that it's not really good for my health. So I need to change this, as soon as possible.
Okay. Did you stay up late when you were a kid as well?
Well, when I was in middle school, I oftenly wake up late, and like doing all these mobile game stuff those in those days. So yes.
Okay. What do you do when you stay up late?
So when I was in middle school, I often play Overwatch and Battlegrounds, and it was really fun. I just play computer games at those times.
I see. What does it feel like the next morning when you stay up late?
It's really hard to wake up, and can feel those dopamines and it really makes me wake. It really makes me hard to do my entire day of those when I wake up late in that morning.
Okay. Next topic, let's talk about public transportation. What kind of public transportation do you usually take?
When I was in middle school and high school, I oftenly used bus, but these days I really use subway the most.
Okay. When do you usually take public transportation? In your everyday life or when you are traveling?
I always take my transportation because my home is far away from the school and academy and working stuff, so I always use public transportation.
I see. Do you think most people prefer public transportation in your country?
Yes, I think the most of the people use public transportation and prefer public transportation because it's really cheap and convenient, and those transfer system is really being well made. So I think so.
I see. Will there be more people taking public transportation in the future?
Yes, because these days the inflation and those macroeconomic stuffs are really bad. So people are trying to save their money. Then the best way to save their money is not buying a car, than using a transportation.
I see. How about the summer? Do you like hot or cold weather?
I prefer cool weather because when it's hot, then there's only one option, just turn on the air conditioner. So to be honest, I hate summer.
Okay, I see. What about wet or dry weather? Which one do you prefer?
So I prefer dry weather because when it is really wet, then it feels awkward, and when I just come back to home and taking a shower, then it's really stressful.
I see. What do you think about climate change? Do you think we can see the effects thereof in recent time?
Yes, I can see the climate change effects because when I was a kid, in South Korea, there's spring, summer, fall, and winter was really separate. But these days, there's summer and winter. There's no fall and fall and spring.
I see. Are you in the habit of checking the weather forecast?
Pardon?
Are you in the habit of checking the weather forecast?
No, I do not have the habit. So yes.
I see. Would you like to visit or live in a place with a very different climate one day?
Well, I really prefer to visit the Antarctica. So it's really cold, and people say that there are no 24 hours are always with the sun. So I think and I can see those great cold weather. So I think like it's going to be awesome.
Okay. So let's continue with part 2. So this is going to be your part 2 question. Describe a difficult decision that you made and had a good result. So I'll give you a minute to prepare and then we can get going. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you can start.
So my difficult decision what I have made was when I was in high school, I took the chemistry 1 test in CSAT, as known as Korean SAT, and like this was the difficult decision because like most of the students in Korea study earth science and biology, so like earth science and biology has like lots of students, so like it was way easier than studying chemistry and physics, but I chose to study chemistry, and like it was difficult to solving the problem and like making a logic to get those answers, but it was really hard. But so I really struggling and tired of solving it. But at the last, in the day of the CSAT, I made a good result of chemistry, so it was really happy, and it was really making me proud of myself.
I see. Could you tell me a bit more about the chemistry that you had to study?
So the chemistry 1 has 4 big topics. So it has Avogadro and mole, and the structure of molecules and atoms, and the third topic was about some kind of energy stuff, like when the electrons like getting out of the ground level and like those stuff. And the topic 4 was about AC stuff. I think it was AC stuff.
I see. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get on with the part 3 questions. When we're talking about decisions and such, do you think advertising influences people a lot?
Yes, because like a few days ago, I watched some kind of video in YouTube, and like one influencer made his own shop, and he didn't not advertise at all. But so like I think like it was like the first 2 weeks, those total sales were like totally disasters. So like, and then the influencer just like upload this picture of his shop on his, I think it was Facebook or YouTube, like, and then like lots of people find his shop and like buy stuff. So like his salary earning stuffs increased. So I think it's really important to advertise lots of things to lots of people.
I see. Who do young people like to ask for advice when they make big decisions?
I think the first priority will maybe is teacher, and the second will be parents, because first of all, like teacher has lots of teachers have lots of situation that like those know about those like young students priority stuff. So teachers will make a great solution for them, and the parents can take care of his mental advice. So I think teachers and parents will be their best options to get an advice.
Okay. Do you think it's necessary for kids to make as many decisions themselves as they can?
Yes, I think it's really important for students to make decisions, because when they do not learn those decisions in the young age, then when they go out to society and being a grown up, and they will face lots of decision stuffs, and without those training stuff, it will make them hard to get a successful solution.
I see. Do you think some people can make decisions without asking for advice?
I think yes, most of the people for like the C level, like CEO or like CFO, those people will make a decision just by ownself, because when they keep ask lots of advice to like other people, ask for advice for lots of people, then those decision will be like has like too many options. So I think it will not make a good choice.
I see. Do you think young people are easily influenced by others when they make decisions?
Yes, because they really do not have those self decisions training systems, so they will be influenced by lots of other people.
And what kind of decisions do younger people have to make?
I think they will ask for his dream. So like, for example, like when a student wants to be a doctor, like he will ask like, how can I be a doctor? Like the parents and the teacher will say like, just study hard and like get a good result in test, and like you can go to medical school.
Okay. Let's call it. Okay, getting to your score. I think your score range would be around 5.5, I would say. I think some of the things that were holding you back, let's start there. In part 2, you are usually expected to speak for around 2 minutes. But I think you spoke for like a minute and 10 seconds. And then I had to ask you some questions to keep you going. Some examiners are quite strict with that sort of thing. So if that happens in the speaking test, they will mark you down for that. I think you quite like to use filler words such as like and stuff. I mean, they're fine for everyday speaking, but again, in the speaking test, those are things that you tend to pick up. I think overusing those types of filler words could also potentially hold your score back a bit. And then when it comes to your grammar, it's not any mistakes that keep me from understanding what you are saying, but the same kind of mistakes do keep on popping up. For example, you would say I oftenly instead of I often. I think that I also picked up more than once you would say that something makes you hard, makes me hard, or makes people hard, whereas the correct expression to use is it is hard for people. So those kind of mistakes keep popping up. I think if you could fix those mistakes, you could easily get a 6. But I think for a stricter examiner, the mistakes that you made, and some of the answers were a bit short. I think that's going to keep you at 5.5 for the current time. My advice would be, especially in part 1, try to keep your answers over 30 seconds. Try to speak for more than 30 seconds. In part 2, you definitely have to try and get as close to 2 minutes as possible. Better case scenario, you can go over 2 minutes. Usually they'd stop you after 2 minutes. So make sure to fill all of the time. And then in the part 3 questions, some of those answers were also very short there. I think if you could aim for 45 seconds or more per answer, I think then you would be in a very safe zone when we talk about the fluency of the answers. We specifically look for the ability to give long answers. I think that is something quite important for getting a higher score on the IELTS. Any questions from your side?
No.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.